Hey everyone, Ion here, and today I want to talk about Xiao and his free-to-play uh, friendliness, if you will. So some of you have been waiting for Xiao and are probably looking for some advice. Well, I'm here to provide those to you today. And as a CBT2 player, I know some uh, good things and bad things about Xiao. So let's all start off with the bad things. Um, when you are soloing, let's say on a 1v1, and let's say it's an event boss like the Hypostasis Symphony, and you don't have other mobs, let's say, to fight besides the boss, right? It's like a pure 1v1. You will be struggling to be able to use Zhao's ult once it runs out. If you don't have, let's say, the E to get his energy back, you're going to be reliant on other animal characters like Venti or Jean. And the problem with that is when you look at other DPS characters like Diluc and Ganyu, they can solely just solo everything without having to switch out. And having Xiao um, needing to switch out to bring his DPS back up, it kind of slows down the overall damage output that you can do, which makes Xiao a less competent DPS, I would say, in my opinion. But again, some of you might not mind this, and if you don't, then that's great for you. But if you do mind it, maybe Guan Yu, sorry, is better for you. Pairing this from my CBT2 experience and what Honey Hunter has posted, um, we're going to be talking about the C6 Xiao, and what it lets you do is it gives you instant recharge on the E without having to wait for the cooldown, right? But that only works if you are going to be doing plunge damage to a minimum of two enemies. So if you're in a 1v1 scenario, like the hypostasis boss, for example, you will not be able to pull the C6 off, in which case you're pretty much reliant on the C1, which is an extra charge. Um, so instead of two charges, you get three charges for your E, and each charge has their own separate cooldown, so it's not like you use one and then it's all on cooldown. No, you use each one that you use is going to be on its own separate cooldown, so you're going to be waiting a very long time for all three charges if you don't use them all up at once. Um, and then the C2, it gives him passive energy recharge, an extra when he's not in the on the field, but he's in the party. So, uh, judging by the C2, it looks like MiHoYo wants you to switch him out and play that way instead of just keeping him out and spamming ults. Um, and this is again why I would not vouch for Xiao as a good main DPS. In terms of overall damage output, um, you want a DPS with constant damage coming out, and Xiao without his ult is more like a Zhongli doing basic attacks, because he has no elemental damage without his ult, and pretty much his attack speed and damage is about the same as Zhongli. Um, well, obviously he has better base stats, so it's not going to be exactly the same, but you're going to be seeing a little bit higher numbers. Furthermore, it looks like they changed the Xiao ult, but this could change during the full release. But as of right now, it's horrible. He does not get any energy during his ult, so it just makes it that much harder to get his ult back. To give you an example of what the damage output could be expected to be, I'm gonna you can imagine my Zhongli as a Xiao right now, and without his ult, this is what the basic attacks will look like, except they'll be more around 6 to 8,000 ish with a proper build. and yeah, that's what you're gonna have to rely on when he's not on the ult, versus a, a proper DPS like Ganyu who doesn't need to rely on an ult, or like even D-Luke. Hey, watch this damage. If I can just, there we go. So 20k constant damage output. Now, some of you might say, if you in the time it takes Ganyu to launch that arrow, um, Zhongli could have done like 6 hits already, which would accumulate to the same amount of damage. Yes, but my Ganyu isn't even properly built. With the proper build, it'll do a lot more damage. And again, with Zhongli, we don't know exactly what he can do with uh, until we know when he's released. But as from speaking from experience, without his ult, the base damage he'll do is not that good. So he won't be comparable to a Ganyu unless they really fixed his overall damage output without the ult. Um, but yeah, that was my little showcase to just let you guys know. That's it for this video, guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of Xiao, and if you'll be pulling for him or not. And I'll also be doing comparison videos with the C0 Xiao once he's out. So to stay tuned for that, do subscribe and be notified of it as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Later.